What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Demco Spare Tire Carrier that fits in the stake pocket and also has a 4-inch offset. You can see our trailer today has plenty of stake pockets on both sides and the front. So we thought instead of putting it on the A-frame and kind of being in the way here, we don't really have the angle iron on the side to attach like the eTrailer Spare Tire Carrier. So why not use what we already have, and there's plenty of these stake pockets. This is the black powder coat finish version. We also have a silver version over there, and it's so easy to install, we're just going to jump into it. I got everything laid out to show you how you start and what you start with. You see we're using the silver one over here. It's the exact same as the black powder coat finish one. It operates the same, holds your tire the same. It's just what you want it to look like when it's on your trailer. So if you like the silver one, you go ahead and pick that one up. If you think the black one blends in with your trailer better, go for it. Every trailer is different. With the center bolt loosened, you can see how these bolts that line up with the lug nuts pattern in your tire, how they move back and forth. So they'll accommodate 6.5 inches to 2.5 inches. Now our tire is neither one of those today. It's probably around there, but a good way to get it set is while it's laying on the trailer like this or on the ground. You just grab your tire from the outside, line up the lug nut holes in the middle. Now it's lined up for your tire. I'm going to go ahead and get the ratchet and give it a couple tightens so that way it holds it in place in that groove. Just enough to keep it from moving, because you can see the ratchet kind of hits the tire a little bit. Just get it a little more sturdy. And then finish tightening it once we remove the tire. I want to recommend, just in case it's brand new, there might be some powder coat or paint on the inside. Just go ahead and run the bolts down with your hand and a ratchet to make sure it's way easier to do that when you're installing it. We use some penetrating oil too, just to get it started so the bolts go in nice and easy. With the holes cleaned out, this is lined up like that. I'm going to install the first bolt just so it holds the plate in the back to the carrier. Just run it in enough to where you can still separate it a little bit to put it in that pocket. You see how I got a little bit of space there? Now we'll slide it down in the pocket. This way you don't have to hold this place and this in place while you're trying to tighten things down. Come down to the bottom, install the next bolt. Get it started by hand, and then go to our ratchet. Another handy thing about the spare tire carrier is it uses one tool. All the bolts are the same size. Some of the other ones I've worked on, it's not like that. You need like 3 ratchets to get it installed. With it hand tightened down, you can see it took up all that space. And I just tried to do it as evenly as I could, but I'll show you. I can shake the whole trailer. You don't hear this thing rattling or see it moving at all. So I know that the tire's going to stay on there, and it's going to stay on the trailer when we're going down the road. Let's throw the tire on. Let's go ahead and line up like we did before. And add our lug nuts. Now the lug nuts aren't included, so you have to look and get the appropriate ones for your tire. We're using a steel inside of the tire today, so we made sure we got lug nuts that would work with that. Come back with the ratchet, the same ratchet. It's time for the other shake test. As you can see, the whole trailer is moving, and there's some noise coming from the jack and the gate back there, but none of it's coming from the spare tire carrier. So that means it's not going to go anywhere. Let's go back up front and take a closer look at it. Some things you should consider is your stake pockets. Where are they at? Where do you want to put the spare tire? Now, we do have another trailer outside that has stake pockets, but it's got just a little bit of an overhang that kept this plate from sliding in. So make sure your trailer's got a nice open stake pocket so this can slide in there. Not to mention the offset itself. The offset is made just for more ground clearance on your spare tire. If you don't need the offset, you don't have to use it on this one. It's got another hole in here. You could readjust it to slide it back down. That way there's no 4-inch offset. So let's say you get a new trailer that you don't need that. There you go. You don't stuck with the 4-inch offset. When looking at your stake pocket, also make sure it has a depth of 3 inches or less. The brackets need to go around the stake pocket, and one bolt needs to go here and here. So if it's any longer than that, it's going to get in the way of the holes, and you're not going to be able to use this in your stake pocket. Overall, I think it's a great way to get your spare tire out of the trailer and mounted to the side. Especially if your trailer has stake pockets that you're not using, why not use that empty space? I'm confident that the plate that slides in behind the stake pocket and the one that goes on here with the 2 bolts holds the spare tire carrier in place just fine. I've shaken it twice. Let's do it again. There's no movement here. There's no rattling. I'm confident the spare tire is always going to be there when I need it. Now if you go with the black or the silver here, they both have a 500-hour salt spray rating. So if you live by the ocean, or when it's winter and they spray salt down on the roads, it's not going to affect the paint at all. It'll be just fine. That does it for our look at the Demco spare tire carrier that goes in the stake pockets. Hope this helped.